Well, hello, everyone. Good morning. And I'm on with someone I'm so excited to be talking to, Natasha Pierre, today. She is a mental health educator, an intuitive life coach, a career strategist, and small business consultant, and overall, just amazing person. Natasha, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, Brian. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
I'm so happy to have you today, and we're talking about a subject that is just ever important right now with all that we're going through. And I want to talk to you about emerging from this shutdown with our physical and
Mhm.
mental health intact. And I wanted to ask you, first of all, why are you so passionate about mental health?
This is my life. Mental health is something that I've had to pay attention to for the last 20 plus years. I know firsthand how challenging it can be to get a diagnosis, to understand what that diagnosis means for you, to mourn the life that you thought you would have and begin to adjust to a new life. And so much of my work is really dedicated to helping other people create a wellness plan, a treatment plan that works for them so that they can continue to live productive lives.
I love that. And this is a time where we're a lot of people in my network that are going to be watching this are living productive lives. They're busy lives. Things have changed exponentially over the last 45 days or so. What should our focus on mental health be during this specific time that we're going through right now? How can we come out of this with that physical, mental, and health intact?
I have been advocating from day one that what we all need is self awareness. Self awareness is one of the first tenets of emotional intelligence. And that's simply being aware of yourself, aware of what you're thinking. Think about what you're thinking about. How are you feeling? And
Mm.
not just happy or sad, but dig deeper into those emotions. Are you frustrated? Are you disappointed? Are you feeling neglected? Are you feeling lonely? Understanding where you are, how you are, what you're thinking and feeling at this time is going to guide and motivate the choices and the decisions that we make. A lot of what we're hearing in terms of extreme frustration and lashing out relative to domestic violence and child abuse and road rage is a result of us not properly pausing and thinking about what we're thinking about, feelings, sitting in those feelings, and then saying, okay, how am I going to inform my actions based on what I know I'm feeling right now? If you're irritated, probably not the best time to go to the grocery store. And with self awareness, there then comes some self regulation. You have a responsibility now to determine, okay, what is the right cause of action for me based on how I'm feeling? Not what society says, but really, what do I need? Do I need to see a therapist? Do I need to join a support group? Do I need 30 minutes undisturbed in the tub? Do I need to take a walk? Do I need to play with puppies? What is it that you need right now in order for us to emerge from this shutdown with our mental and our physical health intact? We're going to have to be self aware because this is something that no one can do for us. We've got to do it for ourselves.
That's really great. So I love what you say about thinking about thinking. We have so many
Mhm.
thoughts running in the background that we need to take some time, it sounds like, from what you're saying, to actually think about what is actually running behind there. And then
Yes.
speaking of running, to not run from those emotions that are coming up, you're saying to sit with them, recognize them, and not try to push them off, suppress them, and run away from them.
Absolutely. And I am a huge advocate of not just a physical shutdown, but sometimes a mental and emotional shutdown. And that may mean stepping away from social media. That may mean turning off the television. I'm a huge proponent of not having idle noise just in the background of television, because those are thoughts that's coming into your mind and just sitting.
Mm.
And so sometimes when people are feeling anxiety, and I know this from my own life, the anxiety that I'm feeling may not be from a situation that is currently taking place, but from all of the thoughts that I have pushed into the closet of my mind that are coming to the forefront. And I don't know where all of this anxiety, this anger, this frustration is coming from. We need to just pause. And in order for us to pause, to get the answers that we need, to feel what we're feeling, to think about what we're thinking about, we've got to silence some of the noise. social media, news, other voices, talking to people, movies. These are all distractions. And I think what's happening right now and what has happened over this last, 40 days, is that many of the distractions that many people have used to ignore what they need to address were gone. There's no Starbucks, no Panera for people watching. There's no work that many people used as a distraction from home or from whatever they're feeling. All of the distractions were gone and we were left to sit. And many people simply weren't prepared to have to feel and to think and to process while everyone is at home and while looking for a job. And it's been challenging on everyone's mental health.
So even of those people that I would have and do and have looked at as very strong mentally, I've seen them go through some periods of time. So I know that some of those out there who really aren't prepared and weren't doing the work prior now could be a very, very tough time. And as you said, and I've got a little block here, pause is something. I'm glad
Yeah,
somebody got this for me. Someone was thinking of me when they had this ahead of time. But pausing to
absolutely.
really see what we're feeling right now, right?
Pause. And here's the thing. I do not believe, I'm not one of the people who say that, this shutdown was sent to teach us a lesson. I don't believe that.
I don't
As
either.
a parent, you're not going to just punish your child just because I wanted you to learn a lesson. No, that's not what we do. And that's not, for me, the relationship that I have with God. I don't believe this was sent to teach us a lesson. However, and we can learn something from it. So while the world is still, while we are shut down, what we can do is use this time to think, to pause, to process, to clean, to organize, to connect in different ways, to be creative. And there are no rules. There's a lot of memes going around telling people what they should be doing during the shutdown and quarantine, but really there are no rules. What's best for you? What feels right for you? Do that.
I love that. And a lot of people that are in my network too are hardworking professionals, and they have been, inundated with that hustle muscle. I've got to keep going and going and going. And now is a time where things were put to a halt for whatever reason. And now they have to evaluate. So I really like that you're encouraging people to pause, think about the trajectory of your life right now. Think about what is it that your body needs right now. Do you need that warm bath during the day? Do you need that nap time? You might need to be take an adult nap here during this time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I saw something this morning that said, thank you, coronavirus, for showing me who I need to quarantine from permanently. There are
Mm.
many people that we've realized during this time are simply not essential. There's some activities that we recognize are not essential. They were busy work. They were things to make us look productive. And
Mm.
for the overachievers and the high achievers, give yourself permission. And if you need someone else to do it for you, I'm giving you permission to pause, to take a day off, to take a break, to take the midday nap, to take a bath, because you're already productive. You're already achieving. And so if you have one day out of a 7-day week where you just relax unapologetically, I don't think anyone's going to argue with you doing that, because you kind of go hard 6 out of the 7 days.
Absolutely. And before we have some precious time with you right now, I know you're about to interview with Channel 8 here soon in just a moment too after me. So I appreciate your time. And this is for someone who's out there who might be, their mental health is good. Maybe they're listening. Maybe they are taking the time for themselves. But maybe they're around a spouse or a partner who is going through some really tough mental health times right now that they may not even understand. How can we help them to get through this time when they're helping a partner deal with some mental health issues? What can they do?
First thing is to be present. Before your desire to research, get on WebMD, share some cute sayings and inspirational gems, before you do any of that, just sit. Sit with them, be present. I'm here and I'm listening. The reality is, a person who has never experienced any mental health challenge or a mental illness they do not know how it feels. It is absolutely humbling to feel like you are losing your mind and losing a sense of control. There's no way for you to understand it. It's like a man saying, oh, I definitely understand what it feels like to be pregnant. No, you don't. And so instead of us trying to find things to make the situation go away quickly, pause, sit with them, hear, be willing, be open to hear what they're feeling. You may not be able to empathize and to really put yourself in their shoes, but you can be present, be supportive, and something as simple as, what would you like me to do? What can I do? How can I support you during this time? It may mean, if you are a spouse, getting the kids away for 30 minutes, 1 hour. If you are a parent, going in the other room and letting them be undisturbed for a bit. We've been forced into close quarters with our family, and of course we love them, but everyone doesn't need this much time together. And so we've kind of been pushed into a pressure cooker. And it's okay to say, I love you, but I want to get away from you. Or I love you, but I need an hour. And give them that space and time to recharge. And when we are emerging from this, then definitely please seek the support from other people with the same experience or from professionals as necessary.
Natasha, this has been a gem-filled 15 minutes. I really appreciate your time. And the two words that I really pulled out of our conversation right here was pause and presence.
Pause.
Pause.
Pause and presence. Absolutely.
That was so wonderful. And I really appreciate you. There's so many people who are going to derive value from this in our audience. And thank you so much for being with us today. And I can't wait to have you on again, because that was something that people are really going to take value from today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ryan. See you later.
See ya.